Viewports and paper space. What is paper space? What is a viewport? Why do we need them? Don't worry, everything will become clear shortly. Before we get started, I'm going to expect that you already know how to use AutoCAD to a basic level, and if you don't, please review the previous lessons before we crack on. We're going to learn how to use them, how to set them up, and why you might want to use them. What is paper space? Up until this point, you've probably only worked in model space, this dark grey background at a 1-to-1 scale. So if you want to start scaling things and you want to create things that you can actually print, you're going to want to move to paper space. This allows you to put lots of different viewports at maybe different scales and with different settings, all on the same page. How do we get to paper space? Well, if we just click down here at the bottom, you'll see that we have a page and they automatically create a viewport. This viewport will automatically be created on the current layer. It's a good idea to set up a layer just for viewports, so that's what we're going to do now. Now, when it comes to interacting with a viewport, this is where most people get a bit stuck. So don't worry if this doesn't sink in straight away. Now, a viewport is sort of a window onto your model space. You can interact with the boundaries, you can change the frame, or you can sort of dig in and punch through and then start editing in model space from paper space. So if I double click inside the frame, I start working inside model space. And I get this thick border around the edge. If I click on the boundary, I'm editing the viewport as an object, and I get these blue grip points. Now, you'll know that you've selected inside the viewport or the viewport itself based on what is available in the properties palette. Now, the third option that you might experience is that you double click the border itself. When you do that, you'll look like you're in model space all of a sudden, but there'll be a sort of thick border around the edge. That's your clue. And if you look at the bottom of the status bar, you'll see that it still says Layout 1. This is extremely confusing. So what's happened here is you've just double-clicked the frame itself, not inside and not just clicked the frame a single time. If you navigate back to model space and then back to paper space, you'll see that it looks different. So get used to these 3 ways of interacting with the viewport. You'll also see on the status bar that there's a clue that something strange is happening, and you can toggle this view on and off. Now, if I double click inside the view, I can zoom in and out. And if I start drawing, I'm actually creating objects inside of model space. You can see that they're there and they would be visible in all viewports. I can change the scale with this grip point in the middle. So I can change it to one of the predetermined scales. And then I can change the boundary with the grip points. And then if I zoom in and out by accident, then I might change the scale. So it's a good idea to lock the display. And that way, even if you double click inside, you can't accidentally change the scale. I'm just going to move that out of the way. And then I'm going to create some new viewports, and I'm going to use the mview command to do this. I also have the option to create multiple viewports at the same time. I'm just going to show you how that works. Just quickly, I'm going to create a few different views so you can see what's going on. And I'm going to set them at different scales. For the tomato, I'm going to use a custom scale, and I can do this on the Properties palette. Now, maybe I want to do a few extra customizations. The cool thing about viewports is you get extra layer options and you get extra properties for these viewports. You're probably already familiar with layers from the previous lesson. But when you're in Paperspace, you'll see that you get these extra options. They start with a VP, which stands for Viewport. This can be a bit confusing. Now, if I start changing things, nothing happens. And if I just select the viewport itself and I change things, nothing happens. I have to double click inside the viewport, and then you can see that I can toggle the visibility on and off. If I just change the color of all the layers to black, well, all of the layers in all of the viewports get changed. That's not very useful. I only want to change the color in this viewport. So to do that, I can use the viewport color. And then if I move to the other layouts and model space, my layers retain the color, but when I go to print, I'll have a nice black line. And if I create a new viewport, it will have the colors that are already predetermined by the layer. So I can have different settings in different viewports. So you may want to print to different size pages. To do this, you just right-click on the layout and you can set the page up. You can choose from different sizes and different scales to fit your needs. Or your company may provide you with a template of a predetermined set of sheets that you can easily load. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe. Turn on the notifications, it really helps me out. It also lets you know when the next lessons are becoming available. Additional resources are available, including PDFs, DWG files, reference documentation, and exclusive videos. Please see the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.